So, if you are asking me this question, then be prepared to get a very long answer. Why to compost? Now, if you go in your kitchen and closely observe what is in the dustbin, you will see that there are two types of garbage. One is a wet garbage, which is basically the food stuff that you've consumed. Some of it is not that great to consume, it's rotten or rotting at the moment. Some of them are vegetable peels, eggshells. If you are a non-vegetarian, it may be fish, chicken, etc., bones in it. So what do we do with this wet garbage? Generally, the municipality says that segregate your wet garbage and your dry garbage, but have you noticed? It all goes in the same van and it's dumped in a dumping yard. So even though you're segregating your garbage, this wet garbage doesn't go to X place and the dry garbage doesn't go to Y place. Actually, it should, but it doesn't. And hence, this wet garbage accumulates in that pile which we call as the garbage dump or a dumping yard. And many times, this wet, rotting garbage attracts a lot of different kinds of insects. I'm not going deeper into that. It attracts rats, it attracts different kind of birds. So people might come and tell me, so what? वो लोग के लिए खाना कौन देगा? मिलेगा ना खाना उनको? It is not that only they are getting food. It is slowly seeping into the ground. Because plastic is non-decomposable, right? So the dry pile of plastics and stuff like that will remain there, whereas this wet garbage will start decaying. Somebody might come and say, so what? Good, it's getting decayed. How do we care? You must care, because this substance, when it is getting rotten and decayed and getting eaten by insects and rats, is slowly seeping into the ground. A dumping yard is not a place which is levitating. It is a ground. It's a huge area which is just gotten converted into a dumping yard. It seeps down. It seeps so much down that it goes into the groundwater. This has really harmful substances and chemicals in it, and mind you that this is again mixed with the plastic or whatever etc. which is thrown into the garbage dump. It is going and seeping into the groundwater, which is in turn coming to our house. It is, now you will say that I only drink Bisleri or I only drink this RO water, but it has such harmful amount of chemicals in it that it may or may not be purified by your RO or Bisleri or stuff like that. So all the kachra that we are throwing out is coming back to us. If you are a non-vegetarian, you know that chicken, goat and various animals eat plants. Now the groundwater which is there, the plants are consuming it in the way of roots. The roots are going down and sucking up all this water. So again this groundwater, which we think हमको क्या फर्क पड़ता है, is coming back to us in the form of the chicken who has consumed this particular crop. Or if you are a vegetarian and say मेरे को क्या फर्क पड़ता है, मैं chicken नहीं खाता हूँ, it's coming back to you in a bad way, because this groundwater is the water which is used to grow our plants. So the spinach that you're eating thinking that it is full of iron is also full of this dirty groundwater chemicals. So think about it. Your kachra, your garbage is your responsibility, my dear, and not the municipalities. Now the time taken to compost depends on the weather, right? So if we are in a rainy season, it will take a little bit more time to compost, is what I have observed. This is strictly based on my personal experience and where you stay. It takes around 45 days to 60 days to compost during rainy season, because I don't know why, but it does take a long time. This is composting is basically a simple process of where these friendly kidas break down our food and convert it into black gold. Now what I have observed is during the summer months, the composting is much faster and it only takes about 30 days to compost. So it all depends on where you live, what are the climatic conditions there, but I would suggest that it takes around 30 to 45 days to get a good solid black gold kind of a harvest. How to harvest your compost? It's a very simple process. I just take this sieve. First of all, I dig into the compost to see if it is moist or no. Generally, if it smells like fresh soil, then it is ready to be harvested. Just take a sieve, take all the stuff which is nicely composted and looks like soil, and that is your compost. Now after harvesting the compost, I have noticed that there are a few of these kidas. Now what we do is we take the compost, we keep it in a flat container which is a little broad and keep it out in the sunlight so that these kidas disappear. I do this process of laying out the harvest for 10 days and then my compost is ready to use. And mind you, this is black gold. Have you faced any problems while composting? Ganda baas aata hai na? This is the most important question I get asked everywhere. और baas aata hai yaar. Baas aata hai if you are going wrong in some step, and of course I have also failed at these composting basics. Now when you put in a lot of this wet garbage and do not have enough of dried leaves, or if you don't want to go through the hassle of dried leaves, just order for cocoa peat bricks, or cocoa peat powder. Put in a lot of this cocoa peat powder, and what I've additionally also done to prevent any kind of kidas is I've added neem powder. Now if you think neem powder kai ko kharidne ka, go and pluck leaves from a neem plant and just throw in with your cocoa peat. This will not attract additional insects and will not make your compost smell. Additionally, if you think that some of your mates or your kids are adding water in the compost bin, stop doing that. That is also making it smell. I hope you now really know how important it is to compost at home. It is not dirty, it does not take a lot of space. Yes, space constraints are something which a lot of people have asked me. If you have a space to keep one bucket जिससे हम लोग नहाते हैं, then you have space to compost. Only thing is you need to keep it in a space which receives a little bit of natural light and it is not a closed space. That's it. That is what you need to know about composting. And if you are not convinced that composting is really important, then I think you need to find another planet for us to live on. That is how important and serious it is that we all start composting. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about composting, but I would again say that it is really important, and I hope even 5, 6, 10, 20 people start composting. Looking at this video would make me really happy like I've won an Oscar. So do let me know how you like this video. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.